8, which could be a scoring event for 2 of the 3 teams. And then to the women's Novice 8, those first 4 races, then we'll have about a 10-15 minute break before we kick off the second half of the competition today.
All right, so here we go. We have lane number 5. We got Washington next to them in the middle there, California, and Washington State in lane 3. So the Washington State boat's in the red hull on the upper side of the screen. We got to start for the first race, Pac-12 Championship, Novice Men's 8, Washington and California into the 2 yellow hulls. Washington State University's men's club team in the red there in lane number 3, but looks like the Huskies out early on the Cal Golden Bears here. So a good start by Washington. So when you're off the line, you're up high, you're getting your fast, quick strokes in, usually a first 5, which are shorter increment strokes, and then you stay high for about 20, 25 strokes, and then shift your gears down, lengthen out, stretch out the stroke, and Washington seems to be doing a very nice job on this start against the Golden Bears.
This was 2 teams that met about a month ago in a dual meet, Redwood Shores in the Bay Area. This was the only event of the 5 that Washington beat Cal in, and it was a great event. It was a 2-second win for the Huskies.
Yeah, the Bears really stuck with them down the race course. It was kind of a back and forth race between the 2. Washington just kind of pulled ahead at the end there. But about a minute in here, and you got to see the Washington coxswain has to be excited, because when you're getting to this point of the race and you can see where you're almost even with that bow ball of the other crew, that's when you really want to break away and try to get that last little push to get open water on your opponent. So right now, Washington State's fallen out of the picture, but Cal and Washington side by side. California's not letting Washington off the hook. They moved right back in a little bit, maybe took a seat back with some momentum right as they hit 500 meters into the race course.
Now maybe gaining even a little more ground. Washington at the bottom. It's Cal in the middle. The lane assignments here for the Pac-12 championships in a chevron pattern, so your top seed is going to be in the middle at every event.
And it looks like Cal just had a little bit of a bobble stroke there, a few strokes back. Just one of the guys maybe just missed a little bit of water. One thing that you're always looking for in rowing is the synchronicity of the crew. You want everybody matching on every stroke. And this is the Novice 8, so it's a little bit less experienced than a lot of the racers that you'll see later on in the day. But one thing that happens with these 2 programs, you have excellent experience from the high school level. So a lot of these guys, it's a Novice 8 collegiate race, but these are not true novice rowers. These are guys that have had a lot of experience racing, a lot of high school racing, some international experience on the junior level for a lot of these guys. But right now, taking this look from above, Washington's still maintaining that lead. California is not going away, though. They've stuck with them. As we get close to the 1,000-meter mark, we'll see if California can maybe take a really strong move in that third 500 and take some more seats back on Washington.
And just to go back to your point about the experience here, these are freshmen.
Yeah, these are usually freshman rowers. Some of them might have redshirted last year with COVID issues, but they're in their first year of competition for these 2 universities, Cal and Washington. So Washington up doing a nice job. Casey Newman, the coxswain from Pacific Palisades, California, an experienced coxswain on the junior level, came up from the junior level up to Washington, doing a nice job leading her crew here. And Quinn Cooney there, the stroke seat for the Huskies. He's got to get a little bit more out of the guys behind him, because California is coming with a challenge to them right now. This is shaping up to be a great race in this third 500 meters. California, that was probably part of the race plan. Usually the coaches lay out what the plan is ahead of the race. Where are we going to attack? Where's our point of emphasis on the race? And what we want to see, and are you going to go off the line fast? Are you going to hit your moves right around a certain mark on the race course or at a certain time? And it looks to me like California's mission was to kind of make sure that they were in the game in the first half, and then in the second half really put it down and put a lot of speed together as they hit that third 500 meters. So now California taking that little bit of a lead off Washington, and now does Washington have the skill and the power to wind it up and go for the sprint here as we hit 500 meters to go?
It was April 23rd that these 2 met, and Washington won this particular race.
And you can see just a little bit of wind. The water's not glassy. It's not quite perfect, but it's pretty good conditions here for a big, pretty wide open lake. It looks like a bit of a tailwind, so we're going to see some faster times here. All these men's crews should be below the 6-minute mark, pushing 5:30-ish. But California with a fantastic second half of the race here. You can really see how much they moved on Washington over that third 500 meters into this last 500 now. So California's got to be pretty excited. Coach Scott Franson leading these young Bears. And Scott telling me that Brandon Shaw, their alumni leader of the California novice program of this lower boat. Brandon is a super enthusiastic coach, really gets these guys going, hyped up, sending them on their way, and it looks like they're probably completing the mission exactly as Coach Shaw wanted them to do.
It'll be good for whoever wins this race, just take the points. It's either this or your 3v8, whichever you score better in or the points you get.
Yeah, so Cal is eager to perform in every single event that they can today. Here they go, crossing the line first there. California taking that first race of the morning. Washington in that second place position, and the Cougars club team kind of finishing up here in just a little bit.
So that'll be 16 points that Cal